Would anyone like to volunteer to offer a prayer for us? Thank you. Amen. Thank you very much. So I'm Brother Corey. I've been teaching at BYU here for 14 or so years. I'm a little new to the linear. Hey, we got tons of space up here. I'll scoot back so I give you guys your 6 feet. I taught linear algebra for the first time last semester, so hopefully I can take that and give you guys a better experience than my students had last semester. So I live in American Fork. My kids attend American Fork High School. I grew up in little farming town, Delta, Utah. So, so what we're going to do, well, if my TAs want to stand up and introduce themselves. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to come around and learn your names. But while we're doing that, I have a little bit of an activity to do. But first, this is Sam. He's one of the TAs. He's the TA for this section. Okay, and this is Michelle. Michelle's the TA for the 4 o'clock section that I teach. So there's a 4 o'clock and a 5 o'clock section. They will have online office hours every week, a few hours each. And you're welcome to go to either of their office hours. I also will have office hours. You're welcome to come to my office hours. So we're really lucky. There's one TA that's assigned to all of the linear algebra classes. And then we have 2 just for these 2 sections. So they're also the graders for the class, but I have them holding office hours also. First, do I have any former students in here? One former student? What's your name? Ethan. Okay, great. You had calculus for me? Yeah. It was a long time ago. Okay. And any other former students? Okay. At least one brave former student was willing to risk it again by taking my class. So, so I'm going to give you a little task while I go around and try to learn your names. First, your job is to learn the names of the people around you. Okay, get to know them. Learn their names well enough that if you have a question and you feel brave enough, you can get on Learning Suite and send them an email or message them so they can help you out. Or if you heard a good joke about that made fun of Brother Corey, you can share it with them or something like that. So, so that's your first task, get to know each other. Second task, how many of you have read, how many of you read at least the first chapter of the Peanut Butter book? Okay, great. Okay, and how many of you have read section 1.1? Okay, some of you, okay. So hopefully that will be enough. So if you haven't read either of those, hopefully someone in your little neighborhood has read it and they can fill you in. But the idea here is vectors. An easy way to think about vectors is they're packets of quantities. And I start off with an example of food in the peanut butter book. You have a serving of peanut butter, and it tells you how many grams of protein and how many grams of fat and how many calories and how many milligrams of vitamin C per serving. Well, I doubt there's any vitamin C in peanut butter, but you get the idea. Like we could make a list of all the quantities associated with every serving of peanut butter. And if you have 2 servings, then you would end up doubling all of those things. So each of these bold numbers, these bold letters, U and V, they're vectors. You're going to think about them in terms of food. So the nutrients of peanut butter and the nutrient vector for bread, or the nutrient vector for carrots and the nutrient vector for ranch dressing, whatever you want them to be. And you're going to try to make sense about what each of these represent in terms of food. So for example, if I eat peanut butter and then I eat my bread, I'm putting the same nutrients inside my body as if I eat the bread first and then I eat the peanut butter. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'll let you work on those. D is a little gross. I'm sorry about that in the food context, but if you finish with the food, you can also think about it as forces or graphically with arrows on a coordinate system. You can start working with those. So any questions about what you're supposed to do while I go around and learn your names? Okay, all right, go ahead. And those online, the people online, we're gonna turn the volume off and you guys can talk. How many people do we have online? Holy cow, a lot, wow. Okay, okay, those of you online, you should be muted now. So, okay, what's your?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. I'm Trevor.
The 5 of us? Okay, yeah. I'm Danny. Hey, nice to meet you. Are you in Provo, but able to go to class?
Sorry, you broke up a little bit there. You asked if I'm in Provo? Yeah, I'm in Provo.
Okay. Just not able to go to class?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm still at home. I haven't come back to school yet. I'm coming back next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
My family lives in New Zealand, but we met them halfway, which turns out to be Hawaii. So I'm currently in Hawaii.
I would feel bad that you couldn't go, but now I don't really.
That's okay. I don't feel too bad either.
Well, cool.
I had to miss one class this morning, but I decided not to tell them where I was.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll be merciful.
Should be. It's the first day of class, right?
Yeah. What about you, Naomi and Daisy?
Am I unmuted now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm so it's not quite Hawaii, but I just can't come back yet because of COVID restrictions. So that's
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Where are you from?
Seattle.
Okay, cool. Cold?
Yeah, cold and rainy today. So
No fun.
It's reinforcing the stereotype.
It's rainy. But...
Stereotypes are there for a reason.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Daisy? She must not be able to talk.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have a webcam on this computer, but yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, it's really dark in here. I didn't bother to turn on the light, so you wouldn't be able to see anything anyway.
No worries. Are you guys math majors or CS majors? Where are you taking the class?
I'm computer science. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm actually physics, so.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Future
Awesome.
Angela Merkel, right here.
And what year of school?
So I kind of hopped around a little bit. I used to be in the Acme program. But then, so technically I'm a senior in credits, so I guess I'm a senior, but I switched to physics. But honestly, I'm taking this class again because I didn't remember it. We had to do a little review for one of our classes. I was like, oh no, I don't remember a single thing about linear algebra. So this is just a review for me, but I'm excited about it.
Okay, that's good. That means you'll be able to help us.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
This is what I'm hoping.
Yeah. But when I took it, it was just a proofs class mostly, because it was 313 way back when I took it. So it's a little bit different now, but it's the same concepts.
Okay.
I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that it's a lot of proofs still.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Okay. Well.
I would assume it's.
Yeah. I'm excited about the coding lab though. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah. The other class, 215, or is it one of the labs of this one?
Yeah. The 215 I think it is, because they didn't have that when I took it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun.
It was quite a long time ago. So.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What about you, Trevor?
Sorry, I missed the question. What? Sorry.
Just like what year in school are you?
Oh, you're in school. So I've got like 2 years left. So.
Okay. I'm a sophomore, so 2.5. Yep. Sounds good. Do you guys understand these first ones? Do we want to put them in the context of food?
I mean, yeah, it's like it doesn't matter what order you eat the food in, it'll still be this nutritional value. That's pretty much the first ones, like, and if you don't eat any with and u plus 0 equals u is like if you don't eat anything with your food, it's gonna be
food. I know, I'm struggling to understand why these are the algebraic properties. Like, these seem super obvious.
Yeah.
This is just like basic algebra.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it's a big deal.
Yep. So this class, from what I remember, it just like abstracts everything you know. So like you grew up learning, commutativity and associativity, but now we generalize it to like sets of numbers. It's actually pretty cool. We can much, but at first it does feel, oh wait, I already know this. Why are we learning this?
And are these the algebraic properties because these are the only algebraic properties that apply? Like, can you not do the square root of a vector of the?
No, there are. I think you make it all the way down to W. So we made it to like H here, A through H. There are a lot of properties, if I remember. Is that your question?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, because this is just like basic algebra, but there's more to algebra, right? These are the only things you can do.
Yeah. So yeah, I think.
Can you do everything to vectors that you can do to normal numbers?
I don't know everything, but I think square root, yes. I think square root applies in the same way that it would, that you would think. But I honestly don't remember all of them. But there are a bunch, and they get all hoity-toity with them. It's like all of the theorems and go and prove them all. But
I love the proofs. I think they're super cool.
Yeah.
But I think
taken 290.
What?
Have you taken 290?
I don't think I have to.
Oh, okay.
I only have to take calculus and then this one for the CS degree.
Cool.
Yeah, it's 290 more proofs.
Yeah, it's just proofs and proofs. But I think CS there's a logical equivalent that you'll have to take. So
probably. I'm in. I don't know about you, Trevor. I'm in 236 right now, and it's sounding like a lot of the same things.
Oh yeah. I'm not taking too many classes. I took 235 last semester. So I do need to take 236 soon, but I'm doing an internship, so I decided just to do like a couple classes, and then so I'm not in 236 right now. So yeah, but I do need to take it. I'm like at the about same spot as you are. It sounds like.
Who are you interning for?
Twitch. I don't know if you know them.
Is that a tech company, I'm guessing?
Yeah, they like stream videos.
Oh, Twitch, like the site.
Yeah, twitch.tv.
Site. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's sick. What are you doing for them?
It's called GSOC is their team. forget what the acronym
Okay.
stands for, but it's like 50% of it's going to be Linux server maintenance, and the other 50% of it is going to be like software development on the backend type systems. So anyway,
Cool. Did you know someone at Twitch? I mean, that's a big company. Like
yeah,
getting internship
actually,
at Google or something.
yeah, I do. I had a friend who was my roommate that basically
Uh-huh.
was working there, and I think he helped me definitely in the first stage of interviews, but it was like, you know, I think as it progressed, they definitely went out of their way to make sure that like he had no say in
Yeah.
like the decision.
That you were
So
actually qualified.
yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, so I should be in 236. Like that'll be my next class,
The
or
next
240 or something. I
class.
know I want to
Cool.
take those. Those are my upcoming classes for computer science. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Do you know anything about Linux server maintenance, and are you going to be learning this semester?
Yeah, I actually did a bit in my last job, so
Okay.
I feel pretty comfortable with Linux server maintenance. So
Way
should
cool.
be
I've been looking at internships for summer 2021. I don't feel like I'm very well qualified for any of them, just because I've never worked a computer science job before, you know?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. It's like a weird thing because I basically started with a tech support job, and
Uh-huh.
then it was in a really small company, and then I kind of looked for opportunities to do things within that company, and before I left that company, I asked them if I could do an internship, and
Uh-huh.
so I think that's really how I got started, and I learned a lot of my working computer knowledge there. So
Huh.
I don't know. Some people might look down on potentially working in any sort of a tech support capacity, but
Why? No,
I,
that's how you get started.
well,
That's
I
what-
mean, that's basically the point I'm trying to make, I guess, is that it was very good for me because it helped me get like a really solid like foundation, and then
Uh-huh.
yeah, and then I obviously did some coding for them for my internship that I did for them, and then that I think really is what allowed me to get this thing at Twitch. So it's because I
Yeah.
had that experience from that other place. So I don't know if I was to give any advice, I would just say like I think it's good to take whatever opportunities you can, because then
You
they
gotta.
really help you open up the other opportunities. Because like I did mainly like Windows
Uh-huh.
server maintenance at this other place, and they only had like 3 or 4 Linux servers. But I
Uh-huh.
kind of learned how to use them, and I went and I did a lot of the maintenance for them, and I became like
Yeah,
their guy
yeah.
that dealt with it. So that's basically
Okay.
my only point is if you're worried about like getting internships, or you're like thinking about internships or what you want to do, like I honestly feel like you could do a couple and you just want to like get whatever you can, and then you kind of like
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. The
yeah
thing is, they all expect experience, but I'm like, I mean, I did 1 year of school and then I went on a mission. Now I'm here. Like, when would I have gotten experience?
yeah
So I have to start somewhere, you know, start getting some experience.
and then I
But
knew like another guy from when I was in the army that knew this
okay.
job that I worked at before.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like networking is good,
Yeah.
and then taking like literally whatever. And you would think, oh, they're not going to give you that job because you did a lot of Windows Server maintenance, and a lot of the code I wrote was for Windows Server stuff at Core EMR. That's the name of the company. And
Okay.
but then when I
Corey,
transferred,
like our professor Corey?
sorry, huh?
Corey, like spelled like our professor? That
It
same?
stands for Correctional EMR, so it's
Okay.
COREMR.
Gotcha.
So it's like for jails. It was like a website that nurses would use to like keep track of
Interesting.
administering medications and stuff like that. So
Huh.
yeah, I don't know. So good
And
luck,
were
man.
you
I
in
know you
the,
can do it. I know you just mentioned you were like thinking about internships, and I'm like just trying to be encouraging. Like I know you can do it. I just would like find like whatever you can. I know BYU has some opportunities. If
yeah,
I
they do some on-campus stuff that I could do, but it just takes the place of a class, so
yeah.
slows me down a little bit. But yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm applying to a lot right now, so maybe something will work out. We'll see.
Yeah. I know,
We
like,
shall
if you want
see.
to play around with stuff, like Linux is super easy to do. And like,
Mhm.
if you wanted to like host your own web server, you could like go on to digitalocean.com and you could get like a $5 web server.
I've heard of that, yeah. And then
And
you can just run it and do whatever you want from it.
yeah. And like if you set up like your own web server and then like, I don't know, if you want to do an email server, that's like literally a nightmare. But but like
Just for fun, right? That's what us computer science majors call fun.
but yeah, if you got like a Udemy class on how to set up like an email server, you could try that or something. Or you could set up like a web server, or you could set up a VPN
Yeah.
through your own
I had some,
thing.
I
That's
had some
something
friends
really
in
good
high
in
school.
interviews, I think, is if you go in and you say like, I set up this, server and
Uh-huh.
I understand like what SSH is, like I understand like how, what SSL is, like I understand these different ports. I understand what, you know what I mean? I think when you go into an interview with that stuff, it's really simple stuff, but you just got to like do it. And yeah, anyway, that's my opinion.
Yeah. I had some friends in high school. We tried building our own VPN to get past the school blocking system, but but it didn't work. We worked on it for like 2 months and we couldn't get it to work. So then we graduated and it didn't matter anymore. So
Dude, that's totally worth it.
It's about the extent of my server experience.
Yeah, and part of it really, I think also like by chance I ended up doing all this kind of like back end sort of stuff because that was what was that's what the opportunity was at that other company. I feel like there's other people at that same company I worked at that just focused on like making the website and doing stuff for the website. They didn't really focus on like automatically deploying this website to a new server. Like that's more what I did. So to me, it's like, I feel like there's tons of specialization you can do in computer science too.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's very broad.
Like some
I'm
people
not
get
sure
into artificial intelligence, so.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, is you have to decide what you want to specialize in before you can, because if you start getting experience in one thing, then you're going to end up getting those same jobs, right? And then you can't really switch. But I mean, I guess you could, but.
And the only
I don't
caveat
know.
I would say on that is that like, yes, I started doing like a lot of Windows Server stuff, but I was able to like get into Linux and do more Linux stuff. And Twitch basically works on Linux servers. So I would agree with you to some degree. I do feel though, like, especially now in college would be a great time to try a couple different internships that are totally wildly different. Cause then you could go into like an artificial intelligence type thing and you could get some experience with that. And then you're like, I don't know. And then you could try like a backside server thing, but then you could go into that next interview saying, I did artificial intelligence. We used a lot of programming. This is the type of stuff I did. I'm familiar with Git. I know how to use Git. Like, I don't know. I just feel like now probably would be a good time to try stuff out if you were interested in trying different fields. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like
sure.
I'm pretty much gonna stick on my path at the moment.
You're pretty happy with it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Looks like we have a new friend. Daniel, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, what's up?
Hey, we were just getting to know each other. I think he's going around and meeting everyone in person.
Oh,
So he told us just to talk among ourselves.
I'm Daniel. What else are you guys talking about?
We were just talking about what majors we were, what year in school we were. We got off topic, but
I'm a little bit different. I'm a stats major, and junior right now. So
cool. Why stats?
I don't know. I think it's interesting, and thing I'm best at. So I just went with it.
Fair enough. Do you know what you want to do with it?
Something in data science. I have an internship over the summer that should hopefully give me some direction. So
cool. With who with?
I'm not completely sure yet. But it's with Lawrence Livermore. It's a government defense agency or something. So it's pretty exciting.
Sick. That's way cool.
Yeah.
Good on you. Trevor and I are CS majors. Naomi is a physics major. And, oh wait, there's lots of people on here now. Huh. That's all the people that we've met so far.
So, Daniel Malone, any relation to any other famous Malones?
Just Post Malone. I don't know if you've heard of him before, but yeah.
Dad,
Post Malone?
brother.
Post
I'm gonna
Malone,
Google it.
my brother.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm an uncultured
That's funny.
Hollywood Life. Post Malone holds hands with mystery woman during a shopping date. Ooh. Dude, this guy's like all tatted up. Are you really related to him?
No, I'm just kidding. I just get that a lot. People always ask me if I'm related to Post Malone. So.
That's funny. Who else is on here?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Where are you from?
LA.
Cool. Are you still there? I think we're.
No, my sister was diagnosed with COVID yesterday, though, so I am not coming to campus until I'm tested.
Yikes! I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's pretty healthy and asymptomatic and stuff, but still, like, yeah, gotta be responsible about it. So I'm not living at that house anymore. I've moved. I've just gone back up here, but I'm totally isolated until I get tested.
Gotcha. Dang, that's too bad. I'm sorry.
It's all good. He's not sick, so I feel fortunate, or not experiencing symptoms, I should say. So I feel fortunate.
Yeah, she'll be okay, hopefully. And what are you majoring in?
CS.
Okay. Trevor and I are doing CS too.
CS train, man.
Yep. You're wiser than I, taking care of this class earlier in your degree than me.
What do you mean?
Well, this is my last semester at BYU, so I'm just like picking up the things that all the classes that it's like, oh, that's required, better do that now. So here I am.
If you're planning on graduating.
So, what's it like being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel? I'm just curious.
It is a hopeful feeling indeed, a great relief. Seems within reach.
All right. We have to meet the people online. So it does help if you sit in the same spots and wear the exact same clothes and wear the same mask, but I understand that's not going to happen, but I'll try to learn. It does help also if you, every time you make a comment, try to say your name, and I'll try to remind you, like if you have a question, I'll try to call your name. So, okay, we have other people here. So let me stop sharing so we can see some people. So, all right, so Danny Jones, you want to say hi?
Hey, I'm Danny Jones.
Oops, all right, I have you muted at this end, so that's right. Okay, say that again.
Hey, I'm Danny. I'm still here with my family, or else I'd be there in class, but I'll be there next week. My family lives in New Zealand.
New Zealand, nice.
But we're Americans.
Yeah, what part of New Zealand?
Do you know New Plymouth?
I do.
South?
I've been there.
Really? No way.
I served my mission in New Zealand. So.
Okay, super cool.
And we have someone else that went to high school in New Zealand in this class. So Ishmael. So he was in Gisborne. So went to high school.
We'll be friends.
So yeah. If you next time your family comes, have them bring me some LNP. I haven't had it.
Okay. If we can get that across an airplane, I'll be impressed.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Danny. How about Daniel Malone?
Yeah, I'm Daniel Malone. I'm in Georgia right now. I actually just got tested positive for COVID, so I might be here for a little bit. So I can't go back to campus. So
All right. Well, good luck. Thanks, Daniel. How about Trevor Bagley, then Christopher Miles?
Hi, I'm Trevor.
And where are you from?
I'm from Utah. I'm from a very interesting place called Farmington. It's near Lagoon. It's a huge landmark. If you
Aren't
want to
guys
come
getting a
by
temple?
sometime.
Are they going into Farmington?
Sorry, what?
Isn't Farmington getting a temple?
Probably. There's
Maybe
definitely
neither of us are up on our temples. I know there's so many going on.
I'm a computer science major.
Okay,
So.
great. Nice to meet you, Trevor. Okay, Christopher Miles, then Naomi Jensen.
Hi, I'm Christopher Miles. My sister was just tested positive, so I'm in quarantine till I don't. But I wish I was in class, but alas. CS major. I don't know what else.
Sorry, where are you from?
Oh, LA,
Oh,
Los Angeles.
okay. All right, thanks. Okay, Naomi, then Trevor Bagley. sorry.
Hi. Sorry,
go ahead.
hi. I am a physics major. I'm from Seattle. Is there anything else I needed to say?
That's fantastic. Okay,
Cool.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Okay.
you.
All right. Did we do Trevor already? Okay. Kevin Sanchez.
Hey, I'm Kevin. Sorry, my camera doesn't work on my desktop, so I have to fix that. But I am from San Diego, and yeah, my dad tested positive for COVID, so I'm just here helping him out while he recovers. And I am a stats major.
Okay, good job. Okay, thanks, Kevin. Okay, who are we missing? Michael Peterson. Michael, are you there? Okay. How about Chase Morgan? Have we done Chase yet?
Yeah, I'm Chase. I'm from Oregon. I'm a CS major.
Okay. All right. Nice to meet you, Chase. John, are you online too? That's okay. You don't have to get up. So, oh, Dallin Funk just got up. Dallin didn't want to introduce himself, so I guess. Noah Schill.
Hi there, my name is Noah. There was a mix-up with another class, so I thought this was going to be online, but I will be there in person next session.
Okay, no worries. Okay, nice to meet you, Noah. Anyone else online that I missed? Just join on in. So I saw someone who was missing, yeah, the microphone. It didn't work right. Physics major, live in Provo. That's Michael. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. All right. This took a little bit longer than it did last class, so we'll come back to this if we have time. So the activity. Okay, so let's do the boring logistics stuff and some overview stuff. So if you go to Learning Suite, under the syllabus tab, there's a syllabus. Please read it. I did email it out before, but I know some of you have recently joined the class and you didn't get it. So please read the syllabus. Try to read it before Wednesday, but if it's a little after Wednesday, that's okay. You should read it before the drop deadline in case there's things in there that you don't want, and then you can get into another section. It includes instructions on how to register for the online homework system, which includes the ebook. When you sign up, Cengage or WebAssign is going to try to sell you stuff, and don't pay anything over the website, their website. It will be billed, the online homework system with the ebook will be billed through BYU. Okay, so a few weeks in, it's about $70. So you don't have to buy a physical book for it. Okay. So we have lots of help available. There is a general TA. His name's, for all linear algebra, his name's Joseph. He has online office hours. We'll get you that information and post it on Learning Suite when we can. We also have our two TAs we've talked about. They will have office hours. I have an office hour every day, 9:30 to 10:30. Please get on. A lot of people didn't use it last time. Well, hopefully I was such a good teacher they didn't need it, right? But I know there were some people that didn't use it early on, and then they started to and saw how helpful it was. And sometimes I would only have one person on there for 40 minutes, and it was just one-on-one tutoring. So if you need help, please get on and use it. You should have got an email if you were registered in time. You should have got an email from the math lab about how to use the math lab. So that's also a resource for you. Get to know the people in your class. Study together if you can. I know it's a little bit harder in this this COVID environment, but we always had so much more fun. It was so much more enjoyable doing boring homework together as friends than it was on your own. So, and you can just help each other. We would do it in the math lab, and usually one of us knew the answer before, and it's a lot easier to try to get information from the 3 or 4 of us than try to wait till the TA could, come over and help us out. But okay, just a reminder, there are wipes at 2 of these entrances. Come in and wipe your space down every time. Stay spread. Stay home if you're sick, or if you're quarantining or isolated, please don't come. Keep your mask on, all those things. Please come to class physically if you can at all. You can just get more when you're here. You get more when you're here than you're not here, and I find it much more enjoyable to have you here than on Zoom. But we love our Zoom students too, so they would just rather be here too. Okay. This is a little bit different structure than classes you may have had in the past. It's called sometimes a blended or a flipped classroom model, where you do some of the learning before you come to class. The idea is, traditionally, you'd learn a bunch of stuff in lecture, and then you go to apply it on your homework when the professor wasn't there, and then you'd realize you had a bunch of questions and you didn't understand it as well as you thought. And then you had to try to get help. Well, now you're going to learn the boring lecture stuff before you come to class, and you get to try it out. So then when you come to class, you have questions, and we can help answer those. There's an instructional video on Learning Suite that you'll watch before you come, every section. So you basically have 3 things before you come every time. You read the section in the textbook. So when I say read like 1.1 or read 1.2, that means the section in the textbook. So you read the section, you'll watch the video that I made that kind of quickly walks through some the important points and the ideas, and then you'll try out some basic things on the online homework. And you'll do that before you come to class. And then when you come, we'll be able to answer questions, be sure we hit some of the important things, and it also frees us up to do some much more interesting things. Yes? So after class, there will be a written assignment. So that question for those of you online was, do you need to do anything on Learning Suite? The written homeworks, which problems you do from each section, they're on Learning Suite. But the way you submit those is not going to be on Learning Suite. We're going to be using Gradescope. It's not quite up yet. But to figure out what the online homework is, what the written homework is, you can come to the schedule and click on the section 1.2 there, and then it tells you what the problems are for you to do for the written homework. So you have 3 things you do before you come to class. You're going to watch the video, read the section, and do the online homework, and then after class, you'll have the written homework for that section. So I cut out a few problems on the written homework because you guys will be spending a little more time outside of class because of the videos and other things that we're doing. So to try to even it out, I've cut out some of the written homework problems. Was your name Spencer? Okay. All right. So where were we? One of the important things on the online homework, I forgot to mention this last class. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, if I stop sharing the screen, or if I stop sharing the screen, you'll lose control. So thanks for reminding me. Okay. Thanks, Sam. Let's hear it for Sam. Good job, Sam. Okay. When you're doing some of the homework before you come to class, and I don't want you to stress out too much. It is still an opportunity for you to be learning, right? So what I've done is I've made it so that if you get 85% of the points over the semester on that online homework, that counts as 100%, okay? So if on a section you're just struggling with the problem, you can't get it, don't fret about it, okay? You don't have to get 100% on all of these things. We know that it's an opportunity to learn. So in the past, students that did the best they could easily get 85%. So and so you get credit for doing it, but hopefully it's not so high that you don't stress out and you spend an hour trying to get one problem that you can't figure out. So okay. Yeah, during class when you come, we're going to try to start off with questions that you have from the content. We often will start with problems for you guys to work through that hopefully goes a little bit deeper and for us to talk about some of the ideas that you've been learning. And then after class, you do the homework, the written homework for that section that we covered. Okay, questions about the general structure of the class? Yes, Alton.
I'm just wondering, so after you pay the fee, like through like your bookstore or whatever, will it just automatically make it so that it isn't a free trial anymore?
Yes. Well, yeah. So yeah, you shouldn't have to do anything. It should just be billed. You don't even have to go to the BYU bookstore. Like it'll just get automatically. One day it'll show up on your financial statement through the college. So, okay, great. All right. Well, other questions? Yes, Taylor.
So whenever I go in, it's like you want to buy it or do you have an access code? Is there like an access code for this class, or should we just be able to automatically go in?
There is an access code to join that class. So it's in the syllabus. So yeah. So there's one for section 1, which starts at 4. There's one for this section, starts at 5. So if you just type in that access code and it'll join this class. Okay, good question. Other questions? Yes, Lance.
Yes. For the 85% for the homework review, if we happen to miss an assignment, is that factored in the 15%, or is that?
Yeah, for the web assignment factors into the 15%. Okay, so that question was if you miss an assignment, does it factor into the 15%, or do we drop homeworks? I do drop 2 written homeworks, but I don't drop anything on the web assign because of that 15%. So, okay. There's advantages and disadvantages of running the class this way. Some of the advantages, it makes it so the learning environment's a little bit more flexible and you can cater it a little bit to your needs. If you can pick things up quickly, great. So the online video that you'll watch before class, I take the set of slides that a lot of teachers just take 50 minutes to go through. I usually can do it in 20 to 25 minutes, and then you can put it on high speed on YouTube and get through it in 12. And if that's enough, then that's great. Okay. But if not, you can slow it down. You can watch. You can go back and I do go pretty fast, but you can go back and rewatch parts. We also have supplemental videos that have other stuff if there are topics that you need to go deeper on and such. We also have put the slides that I walked through. They're also on Learning Suite. So that's really nice. Hopefully that can save you some time or free up some time for you to learn what you need to learn. It allows you to come to class with questions instead of having the questions when you face the homework after a traditional lecture. It allows you to practice learning the material on your own and learning from technical documents and videos. So Elder Bednar, in his last conference talk, started off his talk talking about the two main goals he had as a professor. Those two main goals were helping students learn how to learn and testing students to see what they know and how much they've grown. And this hopefully is going to help you learn how to learn. Almost all of you are going into technical majors. You're going to be learning from technical documents like this textbook. You can't read technical material. You can't read technical writing like you're reading a newspaper or a novel. Okay, it's very dense. It often takes things, you have to really sit down and look at the meaning of what all the notation is, and you have to go back. I mean, it's hard, but it's a skill that is very, very valuable. This might be the beginning of you guys building that skill. And helping you learn that. And it frees up class time for more helpful, interesting, and worthwhile content. The way so a lot of you are in 215, and they have some really interesting applications in 215, and that is awesome. Some of you are not in 215, and the way that 213 is set up is we don't cover any application sections, and the way this book introduces the ideas, nothing is in a context. Everything is abstract. So I think that is a sin. So we are going to be doing things, and I'm going to try to be doing things in context and talking about like what these ideas mean in context. The abstract ideas are very powerful, but to help see the power in practice, we should see what happens. We should actually see what this means in practice. So doing some of the stuff in having you guys do the learning before class will free up some time for us to see some of those things that you won't get in a lot of other linear algebra teachers' classes. It's really sad that it's set up this way because linear algebra is arguably the most used math on campus. I mean, it is an applied science, but you wouldn't get it from the sections, from this textbook and the sections that we cover in this textbook. It does have application sections. We just don't cover it in 213. We cut a lot of those out when we move to a 2-credit class. So, okay. One disadvantage, it does put more responsibility on you for your own learning. So you're not going to have a teacher there. Traditionally, when the teacher's giving a lecture, you don't understand something, you raise your hand, and they're right there to answer your question. 90% of you don't raise your hand when you have questions anyway. So, okay, but please do. I'd love for you guys to ask questions in this class. If you don't, I'll forget your names. So, as your punishment. I'm just kidding. So when you get a question, when you don't understand something, when you're going through the course, like the materials, the video, the reading, take a note, and you're responsible for asking it in class or emailing the TA or getting on office hours or whatever. Okay? All right. We're skipping questions just like a good teacher. So let me talk about the assignments and then we'll open up for questions. So today's assignment, I know that looks like tons. I'm going to whittle it down for you in just a second. So this is kind of everything you'd want to have done by a week from Wednesday. But I'm going to tell you which things to prioritize, okay? So 1.1 is fairly easy, okay? 1.2, there's a lot more stuff and it's a lot more technical. So I want you guys to prioritize 1.2. So do enough of 1.1, maybe watch the video, maybe read the section. If you've read very far into the peanut butter book, you might have enough stuff of it there. But prioritize and make sure you've read the section of 1.2 in the textbook. You've watched 1.2 on the pre-class video, and you have done the 1.2 online homework. Try to do all of those before you come to class on Wednesday, okay? And do enough of 1.1 to make sure you understand 1.2, and we'll put the deadline for the 1.1 online homework. We'll move that out so that you can still do that, okay? Because 1.2 is pretty heavy, and because of some other things we'll talk about next time, work hard on prepping for section 1.2, okay? Questions? See, you guys don't ask questions. I mean, I'm such a good teacher, no one has questions. Just kidding. It's got to be questions. Yes. Oh, hold on. Dallin. That's the last for now. If I have time to write more during the semester, I will, but I doubt I. Last semester, I wasn't able to write anymore. So I was only going to get that much written just because of the extra week we had over the break. So if you can have the peanut butter book. So we don't have class in a week because it's a holiday. So we have class on Monday, we have class on Wednesday, and then we don't have class until the next Wednesday. So there'll be a bit of a time to catch up on things. And if you'd have the peanut butter book read by that next Wednesday, the 20th or whatever date that is, that would be really helpful. So, okay, other questions? David?
There's no defined date for the 1.1 book homework that you want to buy?
Well, we're not going to collect the 1.1 online book homework. Yeah. So get on, look at the problems. If you don't think you can do them, or try some out. If you need help with them, contact us. Okay. But there will be an online homework due date. But if you can do it by next time, I know almost half of you have already done it. I saw already. So you guys have got on because they tried to get as much information out there as they could before class. So okay, other questions? Okay, better break. We're over time. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Professor.
You're welcome.